Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show, I'm going to make my famous jacked up bacon milkshake. Now, if you want to take your milkshake to a new level, this recipe is definitely for you. Now, join me as I make my famous jacked up bacon milkshake. So we've only got a couple ingredients here, and depending upon how superstitious you are, you might want to make sure everything is chilled, such as your equipment you're using, any glasses, any bowls. So in this case, I'm starting off with a thick Haagen-Dazs chocolate. Ben & Jerry's is also really thick. The lighter ones, the ones that have air in them, taste great, but they don't stay cold long enough and it just melts and it's not thick. So we're going with Haagen-Dazs since it's much thicker than the average ice cream. To make it a little easier, I've already broken up into little chunks. First thing we're going to start off though is a little bit of half and half. You can use whole milk. I'm going to use half and half. I like a ratio of 4:1 ice cream to liquid. So in this case, I'm going to use 1 cup of half and half, which is about right there. And I'm putting in just under 4 cups of Haagen-Dazs, because face it, we can't get a quart of anything these days, can we? They only want to give us 28 ounces. If you want to add any special flavoring to your milkshake, such as you want to make it vanilla or something, this would be a good time to add that, because you can mix up your liquid with that, and then you can put your ice cream in if you choose to do that. I'm going to save my flavoring for later. So right now I'm going to put in chocolate ice cream that I've already kind of chunked up into small pieces. Save you a little bit of trouble of watching me scoop this out. In there. Put the top on. We're not going to whirl this very long. We're going to go ahead and put on. Ran that literally for a few seconds. It's a little choppy at first. This thing is pretty thick here. So now that the milkshake is in there, don't make too much of a mess. I'm going to take some of this jacked up caramel sauce that I made in the previous video, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit on there first, because I want more rather than less. And I'm going to go ahead and take some whipped cream and just put a little bit on it, because it's comfort food, right? So I can be messy. I'm going to put a little bit more. Just drizzle as much as you want. And then put that back on there. And then this is the bacon. I didn't want to put bacon into here. I just want to put a little bit on the top. Kind of like putting nuts. You know, everybody thinks, you know, milkshake is supposed to be a smooth texture and everything, and bacon going to ruin it. Well, you put nuts on top of a sundae or sometimes on a milkshake. Why not put bacon, right? It's salty. It counters the sweetness of everything. I think it's great. It might be overkill to put it in the milkshake, but I think just a few pieces. You know, I just basically fried up a couple of strips, chopped it up, and I have maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons, just enough for there. Let's take a taste. Bacon's crunchy, salty. The whipped cream, of course, is sweet. Now we're getting into some of the sauce. Chocolate is great. So you get the bacon being smoky but salty. Everything else is kind of sweet. You get the warmth from the whiskey that's in the sauce. I say this is a complete winner. And I got news for you. I don't see this at any local restaurant. This is comfort food times 10. If you have a bad day, you can come home, whip up one of these. Everything is better, believe me. If you like this recipe, please subscribe below. go out to www.amylearnstocook.com, and we're on Twitter at twitter.com/amylearnstocook. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about.